Hello guys, Definite1 here, and today we're going to be doing a recap or a follow-up on the 4K EDID emulator that I have picked up from Amazon last week, and I'm going to do a follow-up on it. It works great, and I recommend you guys go out and get it if you guys are having this issue. If you guys have a monitor that is a 2.0 or higher HDMI and you guys are having issue getting the 120 hertz to your monitor, this is the fix for now until PlayStation hopefully comes out with a software update for this little emulator. And basically it just plugs in. Let me go ahead and unplug it from my monitor here. It just plugs in to your HDMI cable just like this. But before you guys plug this in, I'm going to show you guys a couple of settings that you guys are going to need to change before you guys go ahead and plug this in. But I'm going to go ahead and plug it back into my monitor here. Give me 1 second to plug it back in. And once we get it plugged back in, I'm going to show you guys exactly the settings that you guys need to have for this monitor setup. Well, any monitor really, as long as it's 120 hertz, you guys are going to be able to get this 120 hertz output with this little emulator, as long as you guys are having the same issue as me. You just get this lined up here, get it plugged in. And here we are. Should pop up. Give me 1 second. Screen's gonna pop back up. Let me go ahead and turn my controller on here. Sorry about that for a second. We're going to go ahead and scroll on over here to your settings. And this is before you guys go ahead and plug this in. This is what you guys need to do. And then I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do once you do plug it in so that you guys are going to be able to get your 120 hertz. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to first want to go down to screen and video. You're going to want to make sure that your 4K transfer rate is at -2. And then you're going to want to make sure that your resolution is set to 1080p. Now it is probably going to change your resolution to automatic, and it's probably going to say 4K, but this is the thing, you're going to have to, sometimes your screen will go blank, sometimes it'll go green like this. For instance, whenever I put it into 4K, since my monitor isn't actually 4K, it sometimes will change the color. Right now it's fine, but sometimes it will change the color of the HDMI. So if it might be like a green color or a yellowish color, or it might even be blank. But if that's the case, you're going to have to figure out how to get to your settings to change it to 1080p so that it is fine. But make sure that your 4K transfer rate is at -2. And then, like I said, you're going to want to change it to 1080p. Like I said, it's going to change it to automatic once you do plug the emulator in. But this is what you need to do before you actually do plug it in. And then you're going to want to go over to system as well. You're going to want to go to HDMI and make sure HDCP is turned off. Now when HDCP is turned off, you will not be able to use apps like YouTube and Netflix, stuff like that. It's kind of like a protection thing that they have on the PlayStation. So when this is enabled, you're able to go into your apps, go into your YouTube, stuff like that. But you will be perfectly fine. You also have to turn this off for Elgatos as well, or streaming capture cards. So that's another thing that you keep in mind when you guys are using capture cards or emulators. You are going to have to use HDCP and turn it off. Now once you guys have done that, you guys will be able to plug it in, and then like I said, it's probably going to change your resolution mode to automatic, and it's automatically going to be 4K, and you're going to want to make sure you have it on 1080p. And you can go into your games, like for instance, I'm going to go ahead and boot up Black Ops Cold War, show you guys that 120 hertz does work. And like I said, just plugging my HDMI cable in straight up was not working, and I had to go get this emulator for it to sync in order for me to get my 120 hertz. And it looks smooth, it plays 120 hertz smooth in all the games that I have tried it on. Let's go ahead and log on up. I know I've got a lot of requests for you guys wanting videos on exactly what you guys need to do as far as your settings and stuff. Now you guys will see that it automatically on Cold War, it automatically disables ray tracing. You can't have ray tracing and 120 hertz at the same time. Just not possible. So basically what it does is it's still blanked out, but it does say enabled. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our home screen. We're going to go over to our settings, and we're going to go down to screen and video, and you're going to see 1920 by 1080 at 120 hertz. So I hope this really does help you guys. There ain't really anything else that you guys need to know. Just make sure you guys do get the 4K 60 emulator, just like me. I'm not sure how the other ones work. I know some of you guys in the comments on the other videos have said that some of the other ones have worked and you guys have picked up the other ones. There is more expensive ones, but I recommend staying away from those unless you have a PC and you guys know how to download softwares and programs to be able to change that mode. But if you also have a 4K 60 Elgato, you'll be able to use that as well in the settings. I'm not exactly sure how to do that because I don't have a 4K 60 Elgato, but the 4K 60 Mark II does have 120 pass-through, so that's cool. If you guys are going to be streaming using a capture card, you guys will have to use that one. There is, I think, another one, or there's a couple other brands that you can get as far as capture cards as far as streaming, but as of right now, I've only got a I think it's a 1080 60S, the HD 60S, that's what it's called, and it'll only do 60 because it don't have the 120 pass through. So I'll have to get another capture card in the future and stuff like that for my PC. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we will guys see you in the next video. Hopefully guys, like I said, this helps you guys. I know you guys were wanting a little bit more of a follow-up video and a little bit more in-depth video on how to set up your 120 hertz as far as the EDID emulator. And like I said, I recommend you guys getting it as long as you guys have a monitor that is capable of doing at least 120 hertz. Most of them are 144, most of them are 240, some of them are 60. You know, you got to have at least 120 hertz capable monitor to be able to do it. And like I said, if you're having the sync issue where you're not getting the 120 hertz like you should, like me and everyone else that's been having the issue, get the EDID emulator and you guys will be having a remedy fix for now, unless PlayStation does do some sort of a software update. But I don't see them doing that because, you know, that's what they build it for. They build it for 2.1 gen, and it's pretty strict on what you can use as far as monitors go right now. So this is kind of just a little fix for it. And yeah, that's about it. Like I said, use the settings that I have if you guys do get the emulator, and you guys will be golden. Still Final One signing out. Peace. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe. We're almost at 3K, and I love you guys all. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.